The next plan is the house fire plan. In 2013 alone, there were over 360,000 house fires, resulting in over 2,500 fatalities and more than $6 billion in property damage. And the most tragic part is that most of those deaths could have been avoided. Let's start with the facts. Most fires occur between 8 p.m. and 4 a.m. That's when we're sleeping, of course. Most of the deaths from fires occur between midnight and 4 a.m. when we're sleeping the heaviest. The number one cause of death in fires is smoke inhalation, and the reason for that is defective or absent fire alarms. By conducting even one fire drill, your survival rate goes up dramatically. And by sleeping with your bedroom door closed, you gain an average of 10 to 15 minutes of time to escape from the house. That's pretty sobering stuff, right? The part that always gets me is that most of the deaths from house fires are preventable with proper maintenance and placement of fire alarms. That's just tragic. So let's start there. You should have a fire alarm in every room in your house, and especially in every bedroom. Fire alarms are inexpensive and easy to install. They will often have integrated battery backup systems, and new models will have a smart design that knows when it has reached the end of its serviceable life. At least quarterly, put on some hearing protection and test your smoke alarms. You can do this by simply pushing the test button on the alarm, or by being a terrible cook and letting your smoke alarm inform you that the meat is burning. It's your call. If possible, sleep with your bedroom door completely closed. This will also be useful in the defense plan, and it gives you extra time to escape a house fire because it keeps the smoke out and the bedroom air clear for a few extra minutes. The house fire plan is alert, primary exit, secondary exit, rally point, head count, get help. When the fire alarm goes off at 2 in the morning, people in the home will undoubtedly be confused. Many will sit up in bed and wonder what the heck is going on. As soon as someone recognizes that it is the fire alarm, they should start yelling, "Fire, get out, fire, get out, fire, get out." Once you recognize someone is alerting the house, start alerting along with them. By the end, everyone should be yelling the same alert. Fire, get out, fire, get out, fire, get out. Once you're alerted, head for your primary exit. This exit should be the closest, most obvious exit from your home. In many homes, this would be the front door. Because of the heat involved in a fire, smoke from the fire will go up, and then as it heats the air on the top of the room, it will push the smoke downward. Eventually, the fire will follow the smoke upward along the nearest wall and then start to burn across the ceiling. In firefighting lingo, this is called rollover. And as the fire continues to grow, the smoke will continue moving downward until it fills the entire room. At a certain point, it's a temperature point, the entire room, including the air, will catch fire. In firefighting lingo, this is called flashover. When the smoke is high in the room, you can get down on your hands and knees and crawl underneath the smoke to your primary exit, provided the floor itself isn't on fire. Use this method to go to your primary exit. If there is a fire and you're sleeping with your door closed, how are you going to tell if the fire is just outside your bedroom door? Don't just whip the door open, by the way. The fires need oxygen to burn. If you have a room that is oxygen deprived, your hallway, because of the fire, and you open the door to a room with lots of oxygen, your bedroom, the fire will literally leap through the air to get to the oxygen, and it will leap directly at you. Instead, use the back of your hand to feel the middle of the door. Don't touch the doorknob yet, because metal is such a good conductor of heat, it will quickly become burning hot. If the door feels cool, carefully tap the doorknob to check if it's hot. If it's cool, slowly open the door and check the floor of the room that you're going into to make sure the carpet isn't on fire. If it's safe, then crawl towards your primary exit. If, however, you touch the door and it is very hot, don't touch the knob. Instead, get clothes or blankets to stuff along the bottom of the door to hold out the smoke and fire, and start for your secondary exit. The secondary exit is usually a direct exit from the house from your sleeping area. The reason we view this as a secondary exit instead of a primary one is because this generally requires taking a difficult portal out of the house. In some homes, there are balconies or porches off the master bedroom, but in a lot of cases, the secondary exit of a bedroom is right out of the window and out the side of the house. To take this secondary exit out of a second-story window, you've got two choices: gravity or a ladder. The fire escape ladder by Werner, like this one, for example, mounts into the space between the studs of your wall and can be cast over the side of the window frame so that someone can escape out of the window on the second floor of a home. These can be readily purchased on Amazon or other retailers. If you live in a high-rise apartment building, the setup may look a little different, but make sure you determine two exits, both primary and secondary. Let's review where we are. Your alarms go off. Everyone begins alerting the house. Fire, get out, fire, get out, fire, get out. Move to check your door. At the middle of the door with the back of your hand. If it's cool, carefully tap where the knob is. Open the door slowly to check and make sure the floor itself is not on fire. If it's not, get on your hands and knees and go out that door and crawl to your primary exit. If the door is hot or your primary exit is blocked by the fire, close the door, block out the bottom of the gap in the door, go out then the secondary exit. Once you're out of the house, you need to move to the rally point. A rally point is a pre-designated place to meet up when you exit the home. It should be far enough away from the house that no one can be hurt by the fire in the home, but not so far away that it takes a long time to reach. Ideally, it should be within about 100 feet of the house. A good example might be to meet at the mailbox. Once at the rally point, the next step is the head count. With head count, you're looking to make sure that everyone is accounted for. Call everyone by name and place a hand on them when they respond. By using multiple senses, say it, hear it, see it, touch it, you won't accidentally miss someone in the count. But what if you are missing someone? Remember what I said in the medical emergency section? If you can't mitigate the risk, this is one of those situations. The best thing you can do for the safety of your loved one is get the professionals there as fast as possible. And as hard as it will be to do this, don't go back into the house. Odds are very high the result will be your own injury and death. Alert, primary exit, secondary exit, rally point, head count. The last step is getting help. Call 911. If you don't have your phone with you, and you should, make your way quickly to the neighbor's house where you can make a call and get inside. One other thing to address. If you have young children in the home, then your plan would also include that you would move from your initial space to grabbing the kids and then out the primary exit. So your path to primary exit would be through the children's room. This also might mean that your secondary exit is through the children's room. Their room should be prepared to be able to do this as well. Now, some of you might live in the frozen tundra for many months of the year, like me. So I have a suggestion for you. Put together a go bag and have it in the bedroom ready to go at all times. Look, if the fire alarm goes off at 3 in the morning, but all you've got on are your boxer shorts and it's 20 below outside, not a great situation. But if you plan ahead, your go bag can take care of this. Put in a set of work clothes, socks, shoes, coats, and a charged cell phone. The phone doesn't even need to have a service plan. All cell phones must be able to make 911 calls at all times, even without the plan. So any old phone will do. Also, with a little extra time and energy, you could include a portable hard drive like this one. And with that portable hard drive, you can have digital copies of all of your important documents, photos, even serial numbers of items in your home for insurance claims later. The more you think this through and get things set up beforehand, the less traumatic this disaster will be. People I've spoken with who have survived house fires have all said very similar things. They were surprised at how much smoke there was and how long it took to get out. They were surprised at how fast the fire moved and spread. They are most sad about the loss of irreplaceable photographs and documents. And all of them were most grateful that everyone got out alive. So our plan is alert, primary exit, secondary exit, rally point, head count, get help. With the house fire plan established, we only have one more plan to build, the defense plan.